The galaxy thrived under the rule of an alliance of mighty empires, sprawling across countless star systems. Their reign was marked by unparalleled advancements in technology, with fleets capable of traversing vast distances and cities floating above the clouds of alien worlds. Yet, for all their achievements, these empires had grown arrogant, believing themselves invincible. Humanity, once whispered about in ancient records, was little more than a myth, a species long extinguished in a catastrophic war that erased them from history. Most dismissed their existence entirely, attributing the tales to exaggerations or propaganda of a bygone era. At the edges of the galaxy lay the Veil of Silence, a sector avoided by even the boldest explorers. Its cursed reputation was cemented by the eerie absence of life and the ruins of forgotten battles. This was said to be the final stronghold of humanity, where they made their last stand before vanishing. Yet, over centuries, curiosity and greed wavered, and the sector's myths became mere cautionary tales told to entertain or frighten children. The Zenith Dominion, the most powerful of the empires, received a signal, a faint, pulsing beacon that seemed to echo from within the veil. This anomaly defied understanding, its pattern too deliberate to be natural and far older than anything in recorded history. Despite warnings from their historians and diplomats, the Zenith Council saw opportunity where others saw danger. They dispatched an expeditionary fleet, lured by the promise of ancient treasures or advanced technology. The fleet arrived in the Veil and found only desolation. Planets lay barren, their surfaces scarred by long-dead wars. Massive structures, monolithic and crumbling, jutted from landscapes as testaments to humanity's final efforts. Among these ruins, the signal grew stronger, leading the fleet to a frozen world where the relic waited. Beneath layers of rock and ice, they uncovered the Guardian Nexus, a construct unlike anything they had encountered before. It was an immense, dormant structure, pulsating with faint energy. Intricate carvings and symbols adorned its surface, whispering of a language that predated known civilizations. The scientists aboard the Zenith fleet, driven by ambition, disregarded the cryptic warnings etched into the Nexus. Deciphering them would take too long, and the promise of what lay within was too great. They activated it. With a deafening roar, the ground trembled as ancient mechanisms sprang to life. A colossal humanoid figure emerged, a biomechanical marvel encased in armor that shimmered with power. Its form was both beautiful and terrifying, its design a fusion of organic grace and technological might. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly intensity, scanning the fleet with an almost sentient malice. The Guardian's first act was swift and decisive. In a single, blinding strike, it destroyed the Zenith flagship, vaporizing it with a burst of concentrated energy. Panic swept through the fleet as they realized the gravity of their mistake. Attempts to retaliate were futile. Their most advanced weaponry seemed primitive against the Guardian's defenses. Its movements were deliberate, as though it had assessed them and found them wanting. As the Guardian ascended into the atmosphere, survivors scrambled to send a warning back to the Zenith Dominion. They spoke of an unstoppable force, an ancient power awakened from the ashes of a forgotten race. But by the time their message was transmitted, the Guardian was already in motion, leaving destruction in its wake as it set its course toward the galactic core. The echoes of its awakening rippled across the stars, a harbinger of something far greater than the empires could comprehend. The Guardian carved a path through the galaxy, an unstoppable force that dismantled anything in its way. It moved with purpose, but its intent remained a mystery. Entire fleets deployed to intercept it were obliterated in moments. Its weapons were incomprehensibly advanced, capable of bypassing shields and reducing the most durable warships to molten debris. Communications across sectors failed as the Guardian disrupted galactic networks, plunging entire regions into chaos. Planets it visited underwent radical transformations, with deserts blooming into lush landscapes or dead worlds crackling with new energy, as if preparing for something beyond the understanding of the empires. Buried deep within its ancient systems, fragments of its programming began to surface. The Guardian's purpose was not random destruction, it was retaliation. Created by humanity as a failsafe, it was designed to awaken only under dire circumstances. Humanity had feared their extinction might lead to unchecked aggression in the galaxy, and so they had left behind this protector to ensure balance. The Guardian's actions were precise, calculated. It was searching for something, a final directive, a sanctuary, or perhaps a piece of its creator's legacy. Across the galaxy, panic grew. The empires, once confident in their dominance, now found themselves helpless. The Zenith Dominion bore the brunt of the blame, accused of provoking the wrath of an ancient force that should have remained dormant. The Council of Empires convened in desperation, its members fractious and divided. Some called for immediate retaliation, demanding the deployment of every available resource against the Guardian. Others advocated for negotiation, believing the legends of humanity's civilization held clues to understanding the threat. Old rivalries resurfaced, and accusations flew as the Empire's fragile unity began to crumble. Amid the chaos, scholars delved into ancient archives, piecing together fragments of humanity's history. What they uncovered was both astounding and horrifying. Humanity had not been wiped out as previously thought. Instead, they had vanished, leaving behind a deliberate void. The Guardian was not merely a weapon but the centerpiece of their final act, a safeguard to protect their ideals and the seed worlds they had scattered across the galaxy. As the Guardian advanced, its presence triggered dormant human technologies. Long-forgotten space stations powered up, self-repairing mechanisms springing to life after millennia of inactivity. Weapon caches, hidden deep within asteroid fields and planetary vaults, came online, their sophistication far surpassing anything the empires could muster. Terraforming devices awoke, reshaping barren landscapes into fertile grounds teeming with possibility. These events made it clear that humanity's reach extended far beyond the myths and ruins the galaxy had come to dismiss. Realizing the scale of what they faced, the empires understood that this was not a conflict they could win through force. They were grappling with the legacy of a civilization that had planned for its resurgence long before its disappearance. Every action of the Guardian, every activation of ancient technology, was a reminder of humanity's foresight, and of the arrogance that had led the empires to believe they could claim dominion over the galaxy without consequence. The Galactic Core became a theater of unimaginable destruction as the combined armada of the empires confronted the Guardian. Tens of thousands of ships, the pinnacle of technological achievement, formed a wall of firepower. The Guardian, undeterred, charged forward. Massive energy blasts disintegrated ships upon impact, their shields and armor useless against its overwhelming power. Gravity wells conjured by experimental weapons failed to restrain its movements, only destabilizing the fleets around it. The battle was chaos incarnate, ships colliding in panicked retreats, entire squadrons annihilated before they could fire a single shot. The empires deployed their most advanced weapons, desperate to halt the Guardian's progress. Tactical nukes, hyperdense rail slugs, and destabilized antimatter torpedoes filled the void. The Guardian adapted seamlessly, deflecting attacks with precise energy fields or absorbing them into its structure. For every moment it faltered, it countered with devastating retaliation. It moved with grim determination, unrelenting as it approached what seemed to be its ultimate destination, an ancient structure orbiting a dying star, pulsing faintly with energy. As the Guardian reached the beacon, it stopped. The empires, stunned by the sudden cessation of hostilities, hesitated to press their assault. The beacon activated, casting a holographic projection into the void. Humanity's last leaders appeared, ethereal figures whose faces bore the weight of eons. They spoke with calm authority, addressing the galaxy as if no time had passed. The message explained everything. Humanity, they revealed, had not perished but ascended to a higher plane of existence. Their physical forms were left behind, but their essence persisted, observing the galaxy from beyond the material. The Guardian was their final act of care, a sentinel meant to safeguard the galaxy from its own destructive nature. They foresaw the greed and ambition of the empires, their eventual domination, and the hubris that would lead them to repeat humanity's mistakes. The Guardian was humanity's legacy, awakening only when the galaxy was at the brink of annihilation. The message presented a choice. The empires could unite, abandoning their rivalries and greed to build a future of cooperation, or they could persist in their path of division, inviting the same fate humanity once faced. The Guardian's purpose was clear: It would not destroy the empires, but it would ensure their survival came at a cost they could not ignore. With its mission complete, the Guardian turned away. Its massive form faded into the depths of space, leaving the beacon active and humanity's words echoing in the minds of every witness. As it disappeared, dormant human technology across the galaxy activated, restoring and enhancing infrastructure, leaving tools for growth rather than war. The empires were left in silence, their fleets broken, their pride shattered. But amid the destruction, a spark of hope ignited. Inspired by humanity's message, leaders began tentative steps toward reconciliation. Councils formed not to conquer but to rebuild, united by the knowledge that they had been given a second chance. On a distant, forgotten world, a lone explorer stumbled upon a vibrant colony. Its inhabitants, unmistakably human, thrived in isolation, their civilization a testament to survival and perseverance. Humanity, it seemed, had not fully left the galaxy. Their influence remained, not as conquerors, but as stewards of something greater. The galaxy, scarred yet resilient, stood at the precipice of a new era. Whether it would learn from humanity's legacy or repeat their mistakes was a decision only time could answer.